my favorite shows of all time was on Vice. It was called Pizza Show. And it was it followed this guy named Frank Polino, which is if I could have one person be a guest on this podcast, it'd be Frank Polino.
Reach out.
I knew a different.
I'm gonna
Frank
try.
Polino.
I'm gonna try some more. Did you really?
I knew a different guy. Yeah, he
Named
was
Frank
he was a
Polino?
semi-deaf baseball player.
Holy
Okay.
shit!
Yeah.
Could be
If
the
you
same
want that-
Frank. It could be the same guy. We're
you
not
want that
I'll
guy
take it.
on.
Honestly, I'll take any Frank Polino.
Or like
that
bring
we
him
get.
on and pretend he's the one you wanted.
Yeah.
And just
So
start
just
asking
ask him
about
all about
pizza.
pizza questions. But this guy, he he grew up in Brooklyn. His family was kind of like in the pizza business, and he was like, "I'm never being in the pizza business." He went to the Culinary Institute of America, studied there, and then he gets out and he's like, "Fuck, I'm getting into the pizza business." So he opens up his pizza store. But the whole show is him. The second season, he goes more to like different cities and is like figuring out what the pizza scene is like there. But the way that this guy talks about pizza, it is a science to him, and it is so fascinating. There's this episode where like one of the guys that he graduated from the Culinary Institute is now a big executive at the largest pizza chain in South Korea. So he calls up Frank Polino and he's like, "Hey, we want to make this like special Brooklyn style pizza to sell to our Korean audience. So we're going to kind of do this like weird fusion thing. We want you to come in on and consult on it." And Frank Polino, sweetest man in the world and kind of like very soft spoken and stuff. So then he gets to Korea, they show him the kitchen and things, and it's like, it's a completely different. It is like, the man suddenly is all business. He's like so focused on like, no, the sausage needs to be like 30% more like crispy or whatever on this way and stuff. And like, this is how you can kind of mix these things in so that some of your, Korean customers will actually like this and stuff. And it was incredible.
That blows my mind. Like
Dude, I'm so hungry.
Because when you like figure all that shit out, you're just making food over and over again. Like it's so time consuming that, and a lot of it is science for real.
Right.
Like even Mikey's brother Zach, he knows a lot of shit about pizza. Like the other day when I was at their house, we got pizza, and he was like, "See, when you look at the crust, you want it to, if it looks rubbery, that means they didn't like, what do you say, like aerate the dough correctly." Like it all starts way with the dough. Like people think you can just like have a good sauce. Like no, you gotta. The dough, like hours before you even make the pizza,
what
has
you put
to be right.
into the dough has to be
Shout
correct,
out.
you know what I mean?
Shout out to Dave's.
Shout out to Dave's. Best crust in the land.
Best pizza. The best, dude.
R.I.P. Do you remember Dave's Pizza Joint? It was right on the corner of Cy Road and the Boulevard. You remember that spot?
Yeah. Now it's Steaksters or something.
I think
I think
Steaksters is
But
out
I
of there
remember
now,
Dave's.
too.
Yeah, my dad used to live right at that corner.
Oh, really?
Like he could walk across.
Wait, at that house that was across
The White
there?
House, yeah.
No way,
Well,
your
wait, should I
dad
say
lived
that?
there?
I don't know if that's
They don't know where they don't know where it
I
is.
fucking know. Well, he doesn't live there anymore, so it's actually fine.
Yeah.
You
So
can,
just
you can,
go say-
yo,
just
go
go say
harass
hi to
those
whoever's
people.
there.
Yeah, knock on the door. They'll let you right
Do
in.
you
Dude.
remember Dave's?
Do you remember Dave's Pizza? They're like, excuse me.
I love Dave's Pizza, dude. Dave's Pizza.
Did it move or is it just
It's
done?
It
gone.
closed. Dave, I worked
Wow.
there for a bit,
Oh, okay.
and
Dude.
Dave, such a good guy.
God rest his soul.
It was
R.I.P. But
it was-
he just,
Is he alive still?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, good.
Do you like? Do you like Buzzy's Pizza?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
see, I really like Buzzy's Pizza too. It was almost like Buzzy's Pizza, like because it was so thin, but it was. I don't even think. Did they even do pies? Like it was always.
Yeah, they did do pies
but
because
it
that's what
was-
I would eat for dinner every night.
It
when I
was
went to
so
work.
good. It was like
Oh, man.
you get like a half tray most of the time. That's
Yeah.
what. But it was almost it wasn't like Buzzy's, but it was like almost like close to, and it wasn't as thin. It was just something about it that reminded me of Buzzy's. Dude,
It's impossible to describe.
It was so fucking
I probably
good,
had
dude.
it.
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
of course.
Yeah.
Changed.
It is by far,
I mean,
I think, the best pizza I've ever had.
It is.
Realistically.
Dude,
Yeah.
Buffalo, it's hard to miss with pizza. Like, if you
true.
have bad
Yeah, but
pizza,
there's-
like, fuck you. It's
But there's like different, like I think
Different
Buffalo,
kinds,
like
yeah.
especially having lived
Yeah.
lived in the city of Buffalo for so long, and then lived in Niagara Falls growing up, like, and then being close to the Tonawanda, North Tonawanda, they all have very different styles of pizza.
That's what's so fascinating
yeah.
about living in this area.
It's
because
all
again,
it's
like
mostly all
like
good.
with the pizza show, he goes to Chicago or whatever, right? It's like, this is Chicago deep dish, whatever. He goes to Detroit. This is what a Detroit pizza like. You come within our like little tri-state area, whatever you want to call it. You can, I mean, I can think of at least 4 different types of pizza off the top of my head that you're gonna get.
He's got like wood fire.
Yeah,
sure.
I love wood fire. You can just eat an entire pizza. Like, it's so easy.
You have a real like New York style. You've got a really kind of like thicker style, which if somebody asked me what buffalo pizza was, that's what I would say. Like imperial,
Franco's.
Yeah, sure, like a Franco's
like
type of
thick
thing.
and saucy.
That's
thick
like
and saucy,
my thing.
baby.
Yeah, that's how I like them.
Episode title.
Dave
you
Portnoy
go.
went when he was in Buffalo. I think he went to Imperial. I think that's the only one he's ever done here. I could be.
He went to
totally wrong.
Lenovo, I think.
And maybe Lenovo.
I
Yeah, 'cause
fucking
the dude-
hate Lenovo.
The dude dragged him in the back, and he kept him in the restaurant for hours so that he wouldn't go to their rival.
Oh,
And he was
jeez.
like, I gotta go. And he's like, I'm just trying to keep you so you won't go over there. And he's like, what the fuck?
I will say, I've done a little research into Lenovo because I dislike them so much. Very good at business. Very good business people over at Lenovo.
To the mafia.
But they're very good at business.
Well,
mafia style.
Here's
that must be why.
No, I swear to God, look
But
it
I
up.
I'm sure.
genuinely
Good.
think-
Good for them because they
I
do a great job,
genuinely
but their
think
pizza
that-
is bad.
See, I actually like their pizza.
I think it's the worst.
It's different.
Yeah, because it's terrible.
All right.